Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Tuesday, January 14th, 2020. I'm Fredicia Liebert. The Oaly Beach Resort here on Nevis has been recertified and presented with a certificate confirming that they have successfully completed the rigorous assessment process and have satisfied the criteria to obtain the Hospitality Assured certification. During a brief ceremony earlier today, Premier of Nevis and Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Mark Brantley, presented General Manager of the Oaly Beach Resort, Faith Bertie, with the certification plaque. Premier Brantley then commended the management and staff at Oaly on their recertification.
From the Ministry of Tourism, I would just want to pledge our continued support and our continued commitment, not only to Oaly, but to the hotel sector and to the tourism sector generally. And to say to you, Mr. Yarwood and Mrs. Bertie, whatever we can do to assist, please do not hesitate to call on us. We have a small staff, but a very highly competent and capable staff, and we are at your disposal. Whatever we can do to assist, we are available to you to try and move this forward. I'm happy that Mr. Devon is here, Mr. Liebert, as the acting CEO of the Nevis Tourism Authority. It is his job now to go out and promote the fact that Oaly is now Hospitality Assured certified, or recertified I should say, and that the properties here on Nevis are of the highest standard, offering the best quality service. So we are not just offering sun, sea and sand, we are offering sun, sea, sand and impeccable service as well. And that is what Hospitality Assured, I think, is seeking to achieve, and I want to applaud and commend Oaly for making this step.
Bertie also expressed gratitude to her staff and all those who helped Oaly achieve recertification.
I would like to say a big thank you as well to CTO and the Hospitality Institute from the UK for affording us the opportunity to be a part of this invaluable business and service excellence. Our journey to the Hospitality Assured, it wasn't an easy one. The first time it was hard. Second time was a bit easier because I got most of my staff involved along with the help of Vanessa, and they were able to be enlightened by understanding the 9 steps better, and that ensured that we were able to get recertified because most of the staff were involved and we were able to work together as a team to get things done, and the assessor was very proud of us for our achievement.
Oaly Beach Resort received its first Hospitality Assured certification in 2015. The chairperson of the event was Vanessa Webb of the Ministry of Tourism. Also in attendance were owner-director of Oaly Beach Resort, John Yarwood, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, John Hanley, as well as other members of staff at the Oaly Beach Resort. The following is a notice from the Nevis Island Administration's Project Management Unit. The general public is hereby notified of a public consultation to discuss the proposed Fort Charles Reclamation and Protection Project. The meeting will be held from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday, January 15th, 2020 at the Albertha Payne Community Center in Bath Village. Residents of Bath Village and all interested persons and stakeholders are therefore invited to attend to share their concerns and to hold discussions with the consultants who will be on the island to commence their studies and assessments for the upcoming project. U.S.-based Urology Associates, led by Dr. Dwayne Thwaites, is advising men in St. Kitts and Nevis that it will be hosting its annual prostate cancer screening clinic this month. According to urologyhealth.org, 1 in 9 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. It is common but highly treatable in the early stages. Urology Associates is once again partnering with the NIA's Ministry of Health and Gender Affairs to facilitate the free screenings.
This takes place on Saturday, 18th January at the Occasion Center. I am encouraging one and all to take advantage of this screening process. Over the years, and this is their 14th year, we have seen a gradual increase in the number of men who are taking their health seriously. And so the Ministry of Health and Gender Affairs are encouraging as many as possible to show up on Saturday, the 18th of January, and go through the process and take advantage of this very important screening.
Junior Minister of Health and Gender Affairs, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams. In 2018, a record 670 men benefited from the free prostate cancer screenings. Still to come, 4 new students added to the Alexander Hamilton Fund Scholarship. The details after this break.
At a loss as to what's going on in Nevis? Tune into NNC on MTV. Don't worry if you don't have cable either. NNC will bring the news to you wherever you are. Facebook and Facebook Live. YouTube and YouTube Live. NevisTVOnline.com. Roku app, NTV mobile app, Smart TV, Apple TV, and any other IPTV platforms. NNC.
Welcome back. The following is a report from the Nevis Electricity Company Limited, NEVLEC, regarding the impact of the high winds affecting Nevis over the past few days. The very high winds continued last night into this morning, accompanied by lightning and rain, which resulted in many outages on the Gingerland feeder. NEVLEC resumed the fault finding and restoration process today. There was also an interruption in the supply to customers on the cotton ground feeder. NEVLEC reported that it is making progress. All of the cotton ground feeder is back on, including Jones Estate. Power has been restored to the Gingerland feeder except the Zetlands area, where there was a downed power line, and a small section of Chickenstone where there is a defective transformer. Corrective action is being planned. NEVLEC apologizes for the inconvenience resulting from the unusual and unexpected weather. As the high winds are expected to continue until Wednesday, January 15th, NEVLEC is advising that there is some risk to its distribution system and the electricity supply. NEVLEC is, however, inspecting the system with a view to attempting to address anything that can impact the supply. There may be some other individual customer issues which the company will get around to once it receives the calls. JL Swanston, Kaya Williams Mulrain, Noella Maynard, and Stefan Leader are the 2020 Alexander Hamilton Scholarship Fund awardees. On Friday, January 10th, the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society and the Ministry of Community Development hosted the annual Alexander Hamilton Scholarship Fund Awards aimed at deserving students from both of Nevis's public high schools. The 2 students of the Charlestown Secondary and 2 students of the Gingerland Secondary received $500 each, along with their certificate from Minister of Community Development, the Honorable Eric Evelyn. Member of the Board of Directors of the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society, Chris Liebert, gave words of encouragement to the awardees. The Minister of Community Development, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, in congratulating the students, expressed his satisfaction in the diversity of the fund. The program was chaired by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development, Keith Glasgow. The fund, established in 1966 by the Trott family, assists deserving secondary school students with uniforms, fees, books, and other school supplies. Locally, the fund is supported by members of the NHCS and members of the wider community and is administered by the Ministry of Social Development. The ceremony was hosted at the Alexander Hamilton grounds. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Felicia Liebert. Thank you for viewing.